Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 2005 family comedy Cheaper by the Dozen 2, directed by Adam Shankman and starring Steve Martin and Bonnie Hunt. Let's begin. 2 years after Tom Baker resigned from his head coaching position, his family begins to undergo many changes, beginning with Lorraine's high school graduation and internship with Allure magazine in New York City. Nora is now married to Bud McNulty and pregnant with their first child, with the intent to move to Houston, Texas because of Bud's new job. Feeling the family is breaking apart as the children grow up and move away, Tom persuades them to take one last family vacation altogether at Lake Winnetka, a fictional lake in Wisconsin. The family finds that their old cabin is currently owned by a man named Mike Romano. Tom's old rival, Jimmy Murtaugh, his new wife Serena, and his 8 kids, Calvin, Ann, Daniel, Becky, Elliot, Lisa, Robin, and Kenny, are also staying at the lake for the summer. Jimmy is also friends with neighbors with Mike. Jimmy constantly flaunts his wealth and success to Tom, as well as the accomplishments of all his children, often suggesting to Tom that his are less successful because of his parenting style. They get into many incidents, several of which are accidental. Mark accidentally sets off a backpack of fireworks, causing widespread panic, especially when it is thrown into a boat, igniting its engine and causing it to explode. He and Kenny crash into a tennis court with a golf cart, and Sarah is caught shoplifting from a gift shop. Jimmy again brings up the topic that Tom needs to be stricter with his kids. Tom is angered by this, and he and Jimmy decide to settle the matter at the annual Labor Day Family Cup. Tom trains the kids for days, not realizing that they are miserable. Sarah and Elliot go to the movies to see Ice Age, but are spied on by their fathers, which ultimately results in them getting into an altercation and humiliating their children. Upon returning to the baker's cabin, Sarah is furious and refuses to compete for Tom in the cup. The other children are also angry with him, not only for spying on Sarah, but also for ruining the entire trip because of his competitiveness with the Murtaughs. Kate laments that his and Jimmy's conflicting parenting styles have torn the two families even further apart. The next morning, Tom goes to the cup to compete with Kyle and Nigel, the only two still willing to go. However, after discovering an old Team Baker flag, Kate and the rest of the kids show up, forgiving Tom and willing to compete again. After the events, however, the Bakers and the Murtaughs are tied for first. A tie-breaking canoe race is announced, in which every family member must compete. During the canoe race, Nora goes into labor. The Murtaughs want to help, but Jimmy, sensing the opportunity to defeat Tom once and for all, refuses to do so. The Murtaugh children jump out of the canoe to help the Bakers. While arguing with Serena, Jimmy reveals that he was jealous of Tom being the popular one when they were younger. Eventually, Serena convinces him to help the two families work together to get Nora to the hospital. Bud, Lorraine, and Kate go with Nora in the delivery room, while Tom, Jimmy, Serena, and the rest of the kids stay in the waiting room. While talking with Jimmy, Tom realizes that he has to let his kids grow, but wherever they go, they will always be together as a family. Nora then gives birth to a baby boy, whom she and Bud name after his grandfather, who has shown them that there is no way to be a perfect parent, but a million ways to be a really good one. Bud announces that he and Nora have bought the cabin at the lake. Nora, Bud, and baby Tom leave for Houston a few days later, and the family enjoy the rest of their vacation.